With their impressive win on the road last night, the Packers improved to 33-7 under Matt LaFleur, who's made it inside our studio since he took over as head coach in 2019. For context, that's tied with Hall of Famer Paul Brown for the second best win percentage by a head coach through their first 40 games in NFL history. Mina, what specifically stood out to you about Matt LaFleur's game plan last night?
Well, Laura, I thought he called a heck of a game outside of a couple of the decisions at the goal line that I'm sure had Marcus Spears at home doing this. We can get to that. But aside from that, you saw why Aaron Rodgers had the record he did without Davante Adams, and also Allen Lazard at a couple of points, which is his ability to execute within the structure of Matt LaFleur's offense. So good at using pre-snap motion to create uncertainty on defense, which generates these split-second opportunities as he was getting the ball out quick, and then, of course, leaning on a dominant run game, which, frankly, was always going to be an advantage from a matchup perspective coming into this game against an Arizona defense that has been relatively weak against the run. So, all told, I'm actually not terribly surprised that Green Bay was able to move the ball on offense. It was more defense that surprised me, which I think my colleagues might talk about, but the offense is what we expected, and that is a very consistently good offense regardless of who's on the field outside of 12.
I thought the offense was actually better than what we'd seen throughout the season. Obviously, we know Davante Adams has been able to make plays, but I love the fact that they ran the football, that you involved A.J. Dillon more, but also it was Randall Cobb for me. Aaron Rodgers wanted to make some decisions. He wanted to get some of the homeboys back, and he was able to get Randall Cobb. And when you look at what Randall Cobb was able to do in the red zone, it was absolutely huge. No, he wasn't big from 20 to 20. And I know Marcus was scratching his head and rubbing his temples when they threw some of these passes that ended up incomplete. But Randall Cobb came up with huge catches. He was that security blanket that Aaron Rodgers needed when he didn't have Tunyon, when he didn't have Lazard, and obviously Davante Adams. This was a great game plan by Matt LaFleur. It was executed to a T. The interceptions and also the turnovers helped, but when you look at what it was in the red zone, Randall Cobb was big for this team. He played like a veteran.
Everybody treat me like I hate passing. I like teams passing. I like fireworks. I like scoring, okay? But I do like you to run the football when it's there and it's available. But that's not my thing. I'm going to go to defense. Green Bay Packers did a phenomenal job. This was a 2-takeaway game. They needed every one of those interceptions, obviously. But Devondre Campbell stuck out to me, the inside linebacker for the Green Bay Packers. His ability to not only mirror Kyler Murray, but get him on the ground. We thought the weakness of this defense was that linebacking core, and they were phenomenal. I thought Rashawn Gary got pressure. He created uncomfortability for Kyler Murray. I want to give this defense some love because we talked about the Green Bay Packers and expected their offense to be championship caliber. This was a big-time night for this defense to hold this offense to 21 points. So kudos to those guys as well. It was a total team effort, but that defense held their own last night and did what they needed to do as well to get a win. And to that point, Rasul had the interception at the end of the game, but he also had 9 tackles in this game. That's big time coming from a cornerback.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.